Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. Today's video is going to be a quick comparison video between the Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the GM size and the Goyard St. Louis tote, also in the GM size. So if you're interested in watching, then stay tuned. Alright you guys, so I'm just going to jump right in. I have the bag here. I'm going to start off with the Neverfull. I also have the notes here on my phone so I don't forget to tell you guys everything that I have written down. But I will just give you guys a little bit of information about this bag because I have had this bag for quite a long time. So this is the bag. This is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the GM size, and as you can see, it is in the monogram canvas print. I have had this bag, believe it or not, it'll be 10 years this April. I received this as a gift my freshman year of college, which was 2008. So again, it'll be 10 years. And when I say I used and slightly abused this bag all throughout school and after school, it was real, and this bag has really held up over time. I use this as an everyday bag along with my books, notebooks, all the things you need to go to school. And of course, again, my everyday essentials. I have traveled with this bag. It has been used as a carry-on. The last time I actually used it as a carry-on was in August of 2017. I used this on a trip to Belize. And yeah, like I said, I have just used this bag so much over the last few years. Now, I haven't really used it, I say over the last few years, but I haven't really used this bag probably in the last 2 years other than a carry-on, just because I don't want it to turn anymore. As you can see, the patina is a really nice honey, kind of like honey brown color. I don't want it to turn any darker than what it is, so I really haven't been using this bag as an everyday bag, probably, like I said, for about 2 years now, other than as a travel bag. Nonetheless, it is a great bag. I do actually have a luggage tag on it because, again, I did use it as a travel bag. This does not come with the bag, just an FYI. But yeah, I think this bag is in excellent condition considering that it is almost 10 years old in April. These two braids in the front, they won't let me be great. So if they are in my eye, if you see me swinging them back, I'm not trying to be annoying. They're just in my face and I cannot deal. So bear with. So I'm going to get into the details of the bag now. As I said, I have everything here on my phone, if my phone will let me be great. So the first thing I will give you is the specs on this bag. It is 22 inches across, it is 13 inches high, and the base of the bag is about 7 3/4 of an inch. So this is a really big bag. And when I purchased this bag, well, when I got it as a gift, but I was given the money, so when I got the bag, this was the only size in the Neverfull collection. Today, when you go and you look at this line, there's 3 sizes. There's the PM, the MM, and the GM being the biggest. When I got this bag, it was only the GM size, and it was only in the monogram canvas. There was no damier Abine, there was no damier Azur. So to say that this bag has developed over time is real. To also say that price increases are real, let me just tell you, this bag, as I said, I was given the money to get this bag. When I got this bag, you guys, believe it or not, this was $500, tax excluded, which nowadays, if you walk into Louis Vuitton with $500, you will be lucky to get a small leather good, a scarf, maybe a pair of sunglasses, I don't know. But you're definitely not walking out of Louis Vuitton today with the bag for $500. This bag retails today, this size in the monogram canvas, for $13.50. So price increases, as I've said before here on my channel, are a real thing. So if you are looking at something and you can afford it or you can save up for it, go ahead and get it because these bags really do go up over time. So that is just an FYI. This bag was $500 when I bought it / received it as a gift. Also forgot to mention really quick, the strap drop length is 12 inches on this bag, meaning that is just how comfortably you're able to put the bag on and off of your shoulders. And I'll get into how that compares to that of the Goyard in a minute. So just thought I would give you those specs really quickly. All right, so one thing I love about this bag, and if you've ever felt this particular bag, I can't say anything about their other bags because I don't know how thick their canvas is on any of the other bags, but the canvas on the Neverfull is really thick. Though this bag is a coated canvas, I really feel like it's a really durable, thick coated canvas, especially compared to the Goyard bag. And though the bag is pretty squishy and you can kind of conform the bag in whatever shape you want it to, it always kind of gets back to that standard up and down square / rectangle, I guess, shape really easily. So again, I have had this bag squished under seats. I have had this bag squished on my arm or under my arm if I've been in like a tight space and I need to kind of just squish myself. This bag always kind of conforms to how I need it to, and then it always expands back really well to its original shape. Okay, so another feature that I love about this bag is it has these drawstrings here on the side, which you're able to obviously draw them up and you can suck in the sides or the wings of the bag, pretty much making it a whole different bag. And let me show you guys real quick, because I can show you definitely better than I can tell you. So hold on. So as you can see, just by bringing in the sides of the bag, it pretty much made it an entirely new bag, which I thought was a great feature and detail about this particular line. Also, because this is such a big bag and it is so open and wide and there really is no top zipper to close the bag, I just think that's kind of like a nice little security thing that you could do if you are somewhere and you're around a lot of people and you're just a little bit worried that someone may stick their hand in your bag. That's just another detail that I particularly love. That you could do. It just helps to bring in the bag, cinch it in a little bit more, and make it not as easy for someone to stick their hands in your bag. So alright, you guys, so another detail that I love about this bag, and you guys might be a little surprised that I'm actually mentioning this because it seems so basic and you would almost think that all bags come with this feature, but they don't, especially luxury bags. And it is an interior zippered compartment. Because this bag is so big and it's just one big open pit hole of a bag, it's nice that they featured and gave you this zippered compartment, which is actually pretty big. You can fit quite a lot in here just because it's so easy to lose your phone, your keys, your wallet, your earphones, whatever little things you might just typically throw in the bag. Again, because it is so big, it's really easy to just get lost in here. So it is nice that they did give a nice big zippered pouch. And again, if you are somewhere and you're a little bit nervous that someone could easily put their hand in your bag, you can just put your more valuable stuff in here and just zip it up. So again, another feature, it is basic, but again, you would be surprised at how many bags, luxury bags, don't come with this feature nowadays. All right, you guys, last detail that I want to mention to you guys that I really like about this bag, and obviously I had to bring it to this side because it's more comfortable, is this kind of like hook situation that's happening right here. As you can see, because there is no top zipper closing up the bag, I just like that they gave you this option to slightly secure the bag, just because again, someone can easily stick their hand in this bag and obviously that's not a good thing. So I just like that they thought about some sort of security in this bag. So between this and then the ability to bring in the wings of this bag, how I showed you guys earlier, you would be surprised at how secure the bag feels, even though it is a big bag and there is no top zipper. This is a detail that I also really like about this bag. And another feature that I want to quickly mention to you guys, I almost forgot to mention it, is this little hook here. Hopefully you guys can see it, but this is pretty much a D-ring. And what this is Louis Vuitton makes a lot of their small leather goods with a D-ring. So you're able to clasp it onto this little hook here, or to this ring here, I should say. And that just makes so you're not really losing your keys or your small leather goods inside of your bag, because it is so easy to just throw stuff in here and then you spend 5 minutes trying to figure it out. So again, just a small detail that I think really makes a big difference when you are trying to find your keys or your wallet and you do have the ability to hook it here. It really just makes it a lot easier to find. So I love this feature about the Neverfull collection. Alright, you guys, so I'm gonna now hop over to the Goyard St. Louis. This is the Goyard St. Louis tote in the GM size. If you follow me on Instagram or you saw my previous videos, then you would know I purchased this while I was in Paris in October. And though I love this bag, there are a few differences that I feel like this bag is missing, especially compared to the Neverfull, but I will get into that in a minute. I will first give you guys the specs on this bag. And it's pretty much the exact same size as the Neverfull. So it's also 22 inches across, 13 inches high. The only difference is the base of this bag is 7 3/4, whereas the Neverfull was about 7 1/2. So just barely a smidge off as far as the base, but for the most part, this bag is the exact same size as the Neverfull. Now, as I mentioned, I love this bag. This bag has been on my wish list for several years now, but there are a few things that I feel like the bag is missing. On the positive note though, one thing I do love about this bag is that it's a brand overall where it's like either you know Goyard or you don't. I have mentioned that in my other videos. This print is not a print everyone knows. If you see it and you don't recognize it, it's like, okay, a whatever bag. But if you see it and you recognize it, it's like, okay, girl, I see you in your Goyard bag. And that's one thing I do love about this bag. Whereas nowadays, from the monogram canvas, even to the Damier Ebene and the Damier Azur, pretty much everyone knows, even if you're not into luxury things or luxury brands, pretty much everyone knows the classic Louis Vuitton print. So depending on your style and your aesthetic or where you're carrying the bag, that may or may not be a good thing. Personally, I just like the fact that you can't really tell what this bag is unless you know Goyard itself. So that is one thing I do love about this bag. I also love the contrast between the brown and the black. I was on the verge, on the fence of getting the gray colorway or the green colorway, but I figured since it was my first Goyard piece, I would just stick with the brown and the black canvas, and I think this bag goes with absolutely everything. I have worn this bag to work pretty much every day since I got the bag, and it works with absolutely everything that I have in my wardrobe. So I do love the colorway of this bag, but there are, again, as I mentioned, a few things that I feel like this bag could be giving more, especially because it is not a cheap bag. So first thing, I feel like this bag compared to the Louis Vuitton, the Neverfull, is the canvas is a lot thinner. Now, some people may like that because it feels a little bit more lightweight than the Neverfull. I personally wish it was a little bit thicker. Again, because it is a Goyard bag and because this bag is so expensive, I just feel like the canvas could be a lot thicker. But the bag is just like the Neverfull, just as squishy and easily, you can easily manipulate the bag just like you can that of the Neverfull. But when you feel this canvas and you feel the Neverfull canvas, you can quickly tell that the Neverfull canvas is a lot thicker. And for me, if I feel the differences, I almost feel like the Neverfull is a better quality. I'm not saying it's a better quality because I haven't carried this bag enough to really compare it and to see how sturdy it is compared to the Neverfull. I've had that bag for almost 10 years. I've only had this bag for give or take 3.5, 4 months, even if that. So I can't really say that this bag will not or has not held up well. But again, just on the initial feel of the bag, this canvas is a lot thinner than that of the Neverfull. So that is one thing I feel like this bag could definitely use a thicker canvas. Alright, you guys, so as you can see, this bag, just like that of the Neverfull, is pretty much an open pit. There is no top zipper on this bag either. So in that sense, they are pretty much the same. The only detail as far as security purpose that does differ from the Neverfull is the fact that the Goyard does not have any sort of drawstring on the side, meaning you can't suck in the sides of the bag like I showed you that you could do with the Neverfull. So that may be a downfall for some people. If you like that feature, I don't mind it because I do have that option on the Neverfull. I don't mind not having that option on this bag. But again, for some people who are deliberating if they want to get the St. Louis tote or the Neverfull, that may be a make or break factor. Alright, you guys, so the last feature that I want to speak on the Goyard bag is the strap drop length. The length on this strap is 10 inches, and I don't recall if I mentioned it for the Neverfull. If I didn't, it's 12 inches long. So you get another 1.5 inches on the Neverfull than you get on the Goyard bag. Now, I don't have any issues putting this comfortably on and off of my shoulder, but as you can see, it is pretty close under my underarm, meaning if I do have this bag on with a thicker coat, or if I were to have broader, wider shoulders, it may be an issue of just comfortably getting this bag on and off my shoulders. Sorry, you guys, my camera died. But as I was saying, I don't have any issues with putting this bag on and off my shoulders comfortably, but as you can see, it is pretty much right under my underarm. Whereas with the Louis Vuitton bag, it sits, okay, not uncomfortable, but it sits lower. I don't know if it's super obvious, but it definitely sits lower on my body than that of the Goyard bag. So again, if you are taller, if you have wider, broader shoulders, or if you have on like a thicker outerwear piece, getting this bag on and off your shoulders is going to be a lot easier than this, simply because you have an extra 1.5 inches, pretty much, give or take, more than you have on this bag. So that again may be a make or or break thing for some people if you are just trying to figure out which is more comfortable to put on. You do have, again, another 1.5 inches on this bag than you have on the Goyard St. Louis tote. Alright, you guys, so all in all, if I had to choose one of the bags, if I didn't have either one of the bags and I was debating between getting the Neverfull or the Goyard St. Louis, if I'm just being honest, I probably would choose the Neverfull. And I don't regret getting my Goyard. I love it. As I mentioned, I have had that bag on my wish list for several years now. Don't regret getting it. I love that I have it in my collection and I would never sell the bag. But if I'm just being honest, there are a few features and details that I do think the bag is missing. As mentioned, I like the fact that you can draw in the sides or the wings of the Neverfull, A, making it a pretty much a different bag, and B, you have a little bit more security if you are out and about somewhere and you just want to kind of close in the bag a little bit. You do have the option to do that. Also, you have that interior zippered compartment. The fact that you can kind of snap the top of the bag closed to make it, again, a little bit more secure because there is no zipper at the top of the bag. Those features, again, I just think that the Goyard is missing. But do I regret getting the Goyard? No. But if I had to choose between getting the Goyard and the Neverfull, if I didn't have either, I would probably choose the Neverfull. Alright, you guys, so that is everything. I tried to keep this video as short and sweet and concise as possible. If you think that I missed anything or you guys have any questions about either one of the bags, just leave me a comment down below. If this is your first time watching my videos, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Per usual, like the video, share it if you feel it in your spirit, and of course, check out the blog, Chanelfiles.com, and I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye.